Welcome to Wind Down and Focus. We are Annette and Christina, photographers with over 15 years of experience in portraits, branding, and senior sessions. We're here to share everything we've learned along the way.
We focus on creating genuine, memorable moments through the lens and can't wait to bring you tips, stories, and behind the scenes from our photography journeys.
Each episode, we'll chat about photography tips, stories, and fun, all while sipping wine.
So grab a glass, sit back, and join us for some casual conversation, laughs, and photography goodness. Let's wind down and focus.
Welcome to episode 14. We're going to be discussing SEO.
Yes, SEO. And this is Annette's forte. So she gets to do most of the talking in this episode.
We shall see.
I'm gonna jump in, but she's really gonna be teaching me too, you guys. So it's fun to hear her tips and everything.
Yes.
So yeah, episode 14. Let's talk about our wine first, right?
Yes.
So
we always do.
Like we always do. I got us a Pinot Noir. This brand, San Simeon. Our Sam's Club has had it for a while. The Sam's Clubs and the Costco's, they kind of go in and out with the wine they have. And I like it because you try new things, but then I'm also like, I really liked that one and now I can't get it anymore.
Yeah.
So Sam's had this San Simeon Cabernet, and Chris and I really like it. And when I was at Costco the other day, I saw they had a Pinot Noir and I was like, oh, when we do another Pinot, I'm going to get that for us for the pod. Yes. So this one's from Costco and I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm your Pinot girl.
Yes.
Yep. That's that's your
jam.
It's lighter and less carbs.
So this San Simeon brand is a California wine. It's from the Central Coast, Monterey County. It's a rich fruit-driven wine with ripe flavors of black cherry and raspberry. The mouth is soft and round with a lingering finish, aromas of bright red fruit, cinnamon, and oak spice, which I thought I got a little bit of a spice smell when I smelled it. You thought you smelled fruit.
I smelled fruit, but I did. Yeah, it was hard for me. I feel like it was very hint of the spice and hint of the fruit.
Yeah.
We've done so much cheese and everything. So I went and Googled, and it actually, how Google does the AI thing. So it was telling me some unexpected but delicious things to try.
Yes.
Right. Would be Doritos and licorice.
Yes. So that's what we did.
We did. And
what do you think of that outcome?
Well, so then we asked ChatGPT after we tried it, because we're like, oh, this doesn't taste good.
Right.
But it said it would be more bitter and tannic, which
it did bring out more of the tannin.
Yeah. Where what it originally it said Doritos, a surprising but enjoyable pairing, and the licorice said surprisingly good match for the fruitiness of Pinot Noir. I didn't get that.
No, we both agreed. We're like, what?
This did not go well.
Yeah. But now we have a bag of Doritos to snack on.
Yes, right. But it doesn't taste good with wine. I did get some prosciutto and stuff, and that actually made it taste smooth.
You guys, there's a reason why cheese and meat go well with wine.
Yeah.
It just really does.
Although we got some goat cheese that we ate with it, but I felt that was bitter too.
Yeah.
For me, anyway.
The cheese by itself is delicious. It was like a spicy honey.
It was a hot honey goat cheese. Yeah.
But I didn't like the spice with the wine.
Yeah. So I think that could have been what caused it. But anyway, it was not. I think we'll stick to just the meat.
We had a unique food trial today. So this wine, if you have a Costco near you and they carry it, you can get it for $20 a bottle. If you go to Vivino and you buy it online through Vivino, that's one thing I like about Vivino is if I'm at a grocery store where I think the wine might be slightly upcharged, Vivino gives me a good across the board kind of pricing.
Right.
And so Vivino says it's a $26.99 valued bottle. So there is definitely a break if you can find it at your Costco. Save yourself about $7 per bottle, which is not bad. So, and then if you like the idea of trying it, but you wanted to try the Cab instead, I found the Cabernet at Sam's Club. I don't think Costco had the Cabernet. It's weird. They both have the same brand, which is not normal for them, but they had two different styles. Yeah. So there you have it. There's our wine for the episode that we will be drinking on as we talk to you.
Yeah, it's good. It is good. Just don't eat it with Doritos or licorice because it's not that good with that.
It's not agreed.
Yes. All right. So we're going to be talking about SEO basics. So what does SEO even mean and why should photographers care? SEO is search engine optimization, and it helps your website show up when people search for services, and it gives you more visibility to all your clients in your location.
yeah, if you can knock your SEO out of the park, then you can be number one in that Google page.
Right. Which I have managed to do. And so that's why I'm going to share with you the tips and tricks that I've done to get on the first page. Not everything. I'm going to give you little tidbits.
Things to help you get to that point.
Right.
Is SEO really important if most of our clients come from social media? So there are, especially in photography world, I feel like there's a lot of people who don't want to pay for it, don't have the time to do it or the knowledge to do it, and they don't have websites. They only have social media.
The social media.
Which with my pet side, I didn't have a website for a year and a half. I was just dragging my feet. Yeah. And I was just getting it out there on social media first, thinking like, that's what everybody uses anyways. Why have a website?
Right.
And here's why. If you also have a website and you have good SEO, it brings you long-term organic traffic that does not rely on you constantly posting.
Right. So the social media platforms, they're not going to be around forever. A lot of times you'll hear this too with getting email addresses. It's very important to get those because...
To capture a client list.
Yes. Yeah. Because you don't know if Facebook would all of a sudden have a lockout or, God forbid, get away or strike or, like when that TikTok was going to everybody thought TikTok was going to go away.
Yes. You never know that.
You don't have those clients. You don't have their
all
info.
of their stuff. They have control of all your stuff.
So you don't know how long that's going to be around. Another issue is your account can get hacked and you lose, everything. So you need to have that website just so that you have long-term client contact information is what I would say. Yeah.
And it makes it, I like it when clients reach out to me through my website versus my Facebook Messenger or my Instagram Messenger. I actually have an auto, I think you do too.
Yes.
I have an auto response in those that says, please contact me here. Because I can capture it much easier and I can respond much faster if they actually go to my website.
Mine isn't automated and it says, if you would like a quick response, please reach out, through email address or click on the website because you want to get them back to your website. That's your goal. Don't sit there and converse on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. Get them back to your website so that you can grab that email address and always have a form on that website that captures their email address. I have forms that they fill out to get in contact that it captures it, but also I have a pop-up that will say enter to win a free session if you subscribe, and it pops up within a few seconds of being on my site. They enter their email, I get their information, I have them now added to my address list and client contacts. So you want to do anything you can to get those client contacts off of social media. Just a little tip there.
Yep.
So what's the difference between on-page and off-page SEO? So on-page SEO is what you control on your site, like keywords and content, which we're going to talk about. And off-page is what happens elsewhere, like backlinks and reviews.
Okay, so off-page is like behind the scenes.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
See, guys, I'm learning too. I told you.
So I've done a lot of the SEO the last few years. I've paid for it, but I have also dug deep in and learned how to do it because I didn't want to keep paying for it. So, and just trying to find the tips and tricks, which is evolving all the time. So it changes and you have to stay on top of it. But I have managed to get on the first page of Google. So for St. Louis, which is really big to get on that first page.
St. Louis high school senior photographer.
Right. Yeah. Then locally, Wentzville. I'm always top on that one. But that's because where Google Maps puts me. So it does work. You just have to figure out how to do it right. You always want to use your keywords on responding to reviews. That's another tip. You want to make sure your Google business page is set up. But I think that's a little, we'll get on to that in a little bit. If somebody leaves you a review, make sure when you respond to that review and always respond, but put your keywords in there as well, because that helps.
Interesting.
Yes. Helps Google find you.
Oh.
So
give me an example of how you would respond to a review. If somebody said, Annette was amazing. She treated my daughter so well. We love the images. And that's your review.
Then you would say, hi, so-and-so. Thank you so much. I so enjoyed taking Sally's senior photos. We had a great time in this park in Wentzville,
Right. And there's your location.
Right. So you want to somehow word in what the session is, being high school senior, headshots, what have you, and the location. So somehow word that into your review.
Could you also end it with I hope she has a wonderful last year at blah, blah, blah high school?
You could. Yes. Yeah. And then that would tag that as well.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things you want to make sure you're doing. If you want to get those reviews, because when you respond to those reviews, Google's going to use that.
I always respond to mine, but I've never thought about adding keywords in there. So now I'm like, can I edit them?
Yeah. I don't know.
Probably not.
I don't know, but I just know like you want to make sure that you use those when you respond, and come up with a way to, which we'll talk about that later too, a way to get reviews. But then using trusted backlinks, you can get docked if you pay somebody or get on some crappy, false ones. So you just want to make sure. A lot of ways to do that is I've had some people reach out to do like a little story on me or whatever,
Right.
and that's getting your backlink.
Gotcha.
So you need to find legitimate backlinks.
Right.
So
right.
say like for us, when you're a guest on our podcast, you're getting a backlink because we're putting your website on our information, and that is considered a backlink,
Right.
and it's trustworthy.
Right.
So you want to get trustworthy backlinks.
Right. But if Google deemed that website giving you that backlink was a crappy website,
then you can actually, it can
then,
actually hurt you.
Yeah.
So you don't want to do that. So you don't want to go out, let me just go everywhere and start. Yeah.
Well, especially like, for instance, all of those spam messages we get in our social media inboxes of like,
right.
I get it a lot in my pet photography where they're wanting me to sell their dog bandanas and stuff like that.
Yep.
And I'm just like, mark as spam. Yeah.
Yeah. So you just have to be careful. But if you can find somebody that wants to interview you, you want to get on a podcast, you want to, somebody wants to display your work, you can work with people, like say you're a makeup artist or something like that. They do a short little thing about you, put your website, vice versa. You're helping each other out with backlinks.
That's
so,
awesome.
And backlinks are important. So
perfect.
It's a good thing to do. So yeah.
So moving on to more website SEO side of things, out of the social media end, what are some must-haves for optimizing your photography website? You have your website for your photography and you want to optimize it with the best SEO ever. So you want your strong keywords. You want fast loading speed. So you want to make sure that whoever is hosting you gets that stuff loaded fast. Mobile-friendly design and clear headings. I think Annette's going to go into what headings are. Definitely, I have heard this before with the mobile friendly, like Google doesn't like it if you're
right. Yeah.
If you're not mobile friendly,
because it's not the same. If you get on there, the image could be cut off or, the wording's off. You need to make sure it's mobile friendly. Have you switched your main to PhotoBiz yet?
No,
or just the
I've
pet?
not.
Okay. So PhotoBiz is great. It has a mobile friendly section to be able to do that. So that's another reason
they automatically do it for you. You don't have to.
It's very cool. In this day and age, especially younger kids, teenagers, whatever, they're not going to wait for stuff to load. We're in a very impatient world right now. So loading, not only for Google, but for your clients, if they're sitting there just waiting to see your portfolio or even just see a page with your content, see what you do. If it's taking forever to load, they're going to be like, screw this and get off and go to the next person that's in line down below you.
Right.
So it's very important to have that strong, fast loading speed. And then also as far as, clear headings, you need to be precise in what you do. Like they need to be able to get on your page and see what the heck you're doing and know exactly, oh, I came here. Oh, she does high school seniors and headshots and branding. It's on her heading. It's very clear what this photographer does. So you can't go on to say, I'm a photographer. You want to, in that heading, make sure that you are putting everything that you are doing so that they can find you. You want the title of your page to be, I think mine is St. Louis and Wentzville high school senior and headshot.
Right. Yeah, because Google... When you're picking like the H1 heading, H2 header kind of things,
yes,
the H1 is the one that Google pulls from, right? Or
right.
Something.
But and then H2 follows, but you don't want you don't want to do the same headings. So you'll get which I'll talk about that with blogs too, because they have to be different or they'll get you for that as well. So I think mine is St. Louis and Wentzville high school senior and headshot photographer is my main heading. And I do that each page, but then I might add on like portfolio or what's another pricing, like I'll do that on each page, but then I'll do a dash and do pricing, like what the page is.
Right.
So that every page has that title on it.
Right. How do keywords actually work on a website and where do you put them? Use them in your page titles, your headers, your image, alternate text, and naturally you want to also put it in your content.
Right. Yeah. So like we're just saying the page titles, your headers. When you upload an image, it'll ask you for image alt text.
Yep.
And then in your content, you just sprinkle it throughout your content. You don't want to be over, because Google will dock you as well. If you sound spammy, you don't want to sound spammy.
There's a fine line to this. It's like you want to throw a lot at Google, but you can have to rein it in also.
Yeah. So you have to be careful how much you put out there.
Right. You need enough that they notice, but not so much that they don't
they think you're spam.
They're very picky.
They are. And your metadata description is important as well. So you need to be sure that you're putting in your keywords in that, but you're not putting too much. So I know like PhotoBiz is very good at saying your metadata can only be 155 characters.
Okay.
So in that 155 characters, you need to be sure that you're putting your location, what you're doing.
Right. The metadata you do in post editing, right? Do you add it in there? Because I know on Lightroom you can change your metadata.
So that's different than the website.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to get to that.
Okay.
This is on the website. So if you go to again, PhotoBiz has like an SEO part. If you go to each page, you can put in your metadata description for that page. You want to keep it at 155 characters, but get those keywords across in those characters.
Okay.
So ChatGPT is great for that. So
right.
Use that because it can help you. But it's not perfect because you do, like I find myself having to tweak that and the page title of each page because you want those keywords to come across strong.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when you ask them, they throw in some other stuff and then it goes, I think the page title might have to be like 65 characters. So I always want to get my location and what the page is, whether it be senior or headshot and photographer. And then I can add in whatever else.
Okay.
So you have to be very, watch that because you don't want to go over that character
limit.
Or again, you get docked.
I hope everyone's
taking
Google notes
game
out here. Everyone needs to be sitting down with a notebook and taking notes.
Yeah, it's a Google game, and it's ever changing. So you could be watching this next year or listening to this next year, and it totally changed. But
right.
I'm staying on it.
Just like with social media.
Yeah.
Thing. Well, how important is having a blog when it comes to ranking on Google? I love this question, and I'm excited to hear what your thoughts are on it. But what we do know is blogging gives Google fresh content to index and more keyword-rich pages to rank. So it's a way of like getting your website just keeping it updated in an easy way.
Right, and using your keywords.
Yeah.
So you want to use those keywords again throughout. And I think your blog, they say, needs to be like, I can't remember if it's 300 words minimum. Like you want to try to do that so that you have enough information in there. But again, sprinkle those keywords in. Don't overdo it.
Right.
Just kind of make sure that they get an idea where you're at and what you're doing.
Yeah. And guys, you could write your blog post, upload it to ChatGPT, and tell ChatGPT
all this stuff.
Can you make sure I have these keywords added into this blog post? And they can tweak it for you if you need them to make sure that those keywords are in there.
Just be sure they don't do too much.
Right.
Because again, you have to waiver that line of all that. And then as far as the blog title, that's another what we were just I was just saying. The blog title, we just need a PhotoBiz one, but PhotoBiz.
Guys, PhotoBiz is where it's at. If you're a photographer,
go to PhotoBiz.
Just go to PhotoBiz.
Maybe we can contact them and get like something to give you if you sign up.
PhotoBiz.
Yeah. But
maybe if I say it, Google will pick up on my transcript.
Yeah, there you go. Love PhotoBiz. So you do a title, and that's the title you want. Again, use those keywords in there. But then you also have the chance to do a title within when you're writing the blog itself. That has to be a different title than the other. Otherwise, it comes back as an error when you do a crawl on your site.
What's a crawl?
So that would be like if you go to any like SEMrush or any of that, they'll do a crawl on your site to see what errors are popping up. And it'll just be like, oh, well, we don't like these posts because you got two titles that are the same.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just, you don't want to do that. So
you said SEMrush, everybody. Is
it
SEMrush?
Yes. And you can get a free trial or whatever. And that you can do that and just crawl it and it will give you all your errors and everything to fix.
So someone out there who's listening wants to that might be somewhere good to start with.
Right. And it will tell you what keywords people are using to search for you right now that are happening. And you want to get more of those keywords. You want to get as many keywords as possible.
So everybody go out and use them.
Yeah. So
and then that'll give you a good starting point for all of this. Should we be worrying about page speed, mobile optimization, or alternate text as photographers? Yes. Google prioritizes fast, mobile-friendly sites, and alternate text boosts your SEO. So we kind of already talked about that
a little bit.
but
As we said above, just, make sure that your site's running fast. And when people reach out to you, respond quickly. We like to kind of have our weekends and stuff like that.
Right.
And that's okay.
I
Like
feel
you
like
have to
that's
set,
okay, yes.
you have to set your schedule, but people want quick
They do.
response.
They
I have
respond and say, I'm out of the office for the weekend.
right.
I'll get
Or
back
you
to
can have it
Monday.
automated.
True.
That's one thing I wish PhotoBiz had. So here we go. I have one negative about PhotoBiz. They don't have that part where it can respond with that, but I can't respond with Facebook messages and all, but you can create a Facebook message one, I believe. I will keep a note, like a little message in my notes.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm out or it's a weekend or I'm busy,
Mhm.
I will copy and paste and put that in the email and send it. So at least they have that.
They have that outside of a Saturday and Sunday. My rule of thumb has always been if somebody contacts me, get back to them within 24 hours.
Yeah.
Which is easy to do when they're emailing me through my website. But that's why I put that automated on my Facebook Messenger and Instagram, because those are just harder to notice.
Right.
Unless you get into now you could be somebody that like, you know what? I'm on my social media so much. I'm always checking that. And that's great. I'm very proud of you. Right. That is not me. Well, so I have to really tell myself, I need to go in and check that. I need to go in and check that.
Check it. Well, and the other thing is too, you're having like multiple locations of conversations.
Yes.
And that gets confusing.
It does.
I've had that where clients text me, they're emailing me on their regular email, but then we have a message thread going through my PhotoBiz. Mm-hmm. And when you're trying to go back and remember
I know we talked about this, but where?
Yeah. And I'm like, I have to check all sources. So it's just good to try to get them all on one platform and source. And so that's, and Facebook, I don't feel like is great for that because again, you could get locked out, get hacked. You never know. Local SEO. How can photographers improve their visibility in local searches? So you want to use your local keywords, claim your Google business page, and get local backlinks and reviews. Kind of similar to what we said. First off, if you don't have a Google business page,
you're doing it all wrong.
Yeah, you need to have that.
That is number one.
That's number one. And they have their own website too. So you can have your own website on that, which is good to do because then again, that information's there. It's pulling, but you can actually post updates on there and events and stuff. So I not only post on social, but every week I'm posting on my Google. I'm doing an update and you're using those keywords. Your images need to be labeled.
The images that you're uploading on your Google business page?
Every image that you upload on your Google profile.
The file name?
The file name needs to have your location,
right?
What it is, and photography.
While we're on this subject, so when I do that, I keep everything lowercase, one word, and I put a dash in between the words. Is that correct?
Yeah, you can do that.
Now, when you live in St. Louis, that's the confusing part because it's still easy. One word, easy peasy.
Right.
But then I'm like, I always do STLOUIS as one word.
So I put the dot in there.
You do put the dot in there? Okay.
Because that's how it comes across on Google or anything. So I'm
always afraid the periods are going to piss it off with I don't know, because it's
because I think that's how it comes across. I could be totally wrong, but I haven't had any problem with it. Okay. So that's typically what I do.
Okay.
Another thing you want to do is make sure when you do your images, you should be adding the metadata description. So I have separate ones for headshots. I have separate ones for seniors. I do it through Bridge because
and Lightroom has a spot for it too.
Lightroom has a spot for it too, as she says. Basically, I will go through, edit my images, then I rename them to my names that I need, whether it be a senior or headshot, and then I add that metadata description to that image.
Gotcha.
And then when you upload that image anywhere on the internet, Google is reading all that metadata and all that stuff. So you want your keywords in there and all that information.
Perfect. You're so informative, Annette. I'm loving this. Loving it. Okay, so next thing. Does having a Google business profile still matter in 2025? What do you think? It's essentially for showing up in local maps and search results. So yeah.
I mean, again, Facebook might not be there, guys. And right now, Google is it, right?
Google's been it for a while. I was going to ask you that question. I'm like, do we think that there are other browsers or big name search engine companies that are out there. That you have Yahoo out there.
Right.
There's a couple other ones, but I mean, Google's still king.
Safari. Google's still it. So right now, just get that Google up. Reviews on there are way more important than Facebook.
Yeah.
Google's going to catch it. When people go on Google, they're going to search it. There would be some argument with younger crowd always is on social and they're not on Google, and the parents are on Google searching.
Right.
So you do have that. But again, you just don't know if these platforms will be around forever. So you need to let's use an example. You had an issue with your Google reviews and lost them all,
right?
Which really sucks.
Oh, yes.
So here we are. We've both been in business 15 plus years. All these reviews, if that got hacked, which you experienced, you lost all your Google reviews, like you're losing all that information. So I don't think Google is going anywhere anytime soon.
For some reason, they flagged my business and thought it was fake.
Yeah. So, and
I don't know why. I didn't do anything weird or anything. I just think that they were just doing a standard overall screening of areas, and somehow I got lumped in.
Yeah. So
it could have been my bad SEO, guys.
She could have been putting too many keywords in. Who knows?
Right? You don't know.
Yeah.
It very well could have been that.
It could have been that.
In hindsight.
Yeah. So those reviews are really important to have for not only keywords, just to verify that you are who you are and whatever. But you can lose them. And that's, again, where we roll back to you need to have your website. So,
Yep.
So what is the best way to get and use client reviews for SEO? Happy clients love to leave reviews on Google, right? And it will boost your keyword relevance.
Yes.
So for me, I like to have them leave a review and offer them something. So it would be free out of my pocket, or say something like a free 8x10 print. That's going to cost me out of pocket maybe $5 or less, and then get a review. I also use it as a way to get, like, did you love your session? Would you like a sneak peek? If you loved your session, give me a 5-star review. So I get them that way. People will be in the moment. They love their session with you. They just had so much fun and they want that sneak peek so bad. So that's where you're getting them, and you're like, hey, here you go. But I tell them only if they loved it. If they didn't love it, don't leave me a review
if you didn't love it.
If you didn't love it, you tell me. Yeah. But so you get them where you can get that review, because once you're done, it's out. Some people don't come back.
Most people don't.
Most people don't. So you got to get them that heart where they're just really excited, and that's where you got to get them. So, like, especially like headshots, I offer a free additional image if they loved their session, and they're seeing their images when they're sitting there getting their headshot done. Right. So it's not like they're not observant or aware of what the end product is going to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I think catering that free gift to what it is, like you said, someone getting a headshot, giving them a free digital, that's perfect to cater to them.
Right.
Somebody talking to a mom of a high school senior, she's going to want that print. So it's like catering that free gift that's either going to be free to you or cheap for you.
Right.
To get that
Don't
review.
spend a lot. You don't want a lot out of pocket, but do something that at the end of each of my senior sessions, I send an email that gives them the next steps of what they need to do. And on there is that link. Here, go leave a review and you can get a free print, or go leave that review and I'll give you a sneak peek. They can choose. So it helps. And
before you know it, you have well over 100.
I'm 100 and I think 49 maybe.
Yeah.
I'm up there. I'm almost at 150.
If you're doing that if you're doing that to like 3 clients a month, by the end of the year, you're going to have a whole slew of reviews, and they're going to be spread out, which Google is going to like also. So
they're going to be spread out, and you're going to have those keywords.
Yeah.
So
when you reply, you're going to put those keywords in.
That's the way to do it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So they are important.
Well, speaking of keywords, our location keywords, for instance, senior photographer in Wentzville, Missouri, are they still effective? And the answer is yes. Google still relies on location-based phrases to match local intent. So you definitely want that location. Before you go into your answer, I definitely like to put in, senior photographer in Wentzville, but then we also wanted to say, like, you can say more than one location. Like, you can do Wentzville, St. Louis.
You can. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The reason I believe I pop up as number 1 for Wentzville is because of my location. I'm in Wentzville. So because of all the keyword stuff I've done and I'm in Wentzville, I pop up number 1. St. Louis, I don't pop up necessarily number one all the time because you have people that are locally in St. Louis. So if they're in that map area,
Google knows they live in the city.
in that area, and it's popping up closest to them. So you have to think about that. So you're not always, I struggle. Like I'll be number one day and I'm number 5 on the first page the next day. It's because of these others that actually live in St. Louis that are popping up. But I have the keywords that back it up. So I'll bounce up and down. But also with the locations, when you are putting in locations, a good thing to do, I have a page on my website that for high school seniors and for headshots, but it will say locations to have your pictures at. When you're doing that and you're putting like St. Louis locations, I have one for St. Louis and one for Wentzville. That is adding the location on a page. It's also adding all those keywords. So that's helping as well. So
Gotcha. Okay.
if that makes sense.
Totally.
And you don't want it hidden. I know people are like, oh, if I put a hidden page. Hidden pages, I've asked PhotoBiz, and they have informed me that do not make that hidden because it will not, like Google won't get it if it's
does
hidden.
not like hidden pages.
Right.
They think
So
you're trying to cheat the system.
So they may go on, but it also helps your, like for me, it helps the seniors. They go on, they're like, oh, that's Forest Park, or that's, so they see those areas. But if you're putting those keywords in this whole page,
right,
they're seeing that, and Google's getting it. So somebody searches senior pictures, St. Louis, Forest Park, there you go. I pop up. So you have to think about it that way.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Well, next topic for this, let's kind of circle back around to talking about social media with SEO. And one question is, does social media help with SEO, or is that a myth? And the answer, and Annette will explain more on this, is it helps indirectly. Social links drive the traffic and brand visibility, which can help rankings over time.
Right.
So I'll let you elaborate on that.
Yeah. The platforms do not want to send people off to another site.
Right. They want to keep you on Facebook.
They want to keep you on Facebook or whatever. So that's been an issue with that. I don't know if it helps or not, if SEO helps, social media helps with the SEO or not. Again, they just don't, they want to keep you on there.
Right.
So when they say, now this could be different now or in the future, not to put links in your post anymore because of that. They don't want to send you off.
I've always been curious about that.
So I started taking I used to have my website in there, and I started taking it off. Mm-hmm. Unless you do an ad. If you do an ad, that's great. You can send it back. But in general, they want to keep you on their platform. Did that answer that right?
I think so. Yeah. Should we be using hashtags and keywords the same way on social platforms as we do in other areas of the internet? And the answer is not exactly.
Not exactly, yeah.
Okay. Hashtags help with in-app discovery, while keywords are for search engines. So that makes sense.
Yeah. Hashtags, I feel like, are now becoming less and less. It used to be a big deal.
Right.
Now they dock you if you use too many or too much, or too many or too
TikTok
little.
Only limits you to 5 too.
Right. So I feel like I've been doing on, say, Facebook or Instagram, I've been doing 8. I feel like 8 or less is a good. It used to be you'd put a whole bunch of time.
Like a whole paragraph worth.
Right. And so now they've really cracked down on that, and it can
obviously
hurt you if you put too many.
Right. Yeah. And I like picking the ones that obviously have the most. That's the good thing, is when you start to type it in, it tells you how popular that one is.
Right. And you can do research. So type it in and see how many it is, and you'll start to see what top keywords you should use. You want to do, it's over 100K, but not over 200K or something like that.
Oh, the ones that say 1
or not
million
over a million or something. So you want to get a decent amount, but you don't want to where it gets lost.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
So if you're
giving, they'll do hashtag boxer, and it'll be 3 mil.
Right. You don't want to do that. That's too many. That's too many. Okay. You want the keywords that are just enough, but not too many.
Okay. So a few 100K.
Yeah.
Is the sweet spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
500 or less, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. More than 100, less than 500.
Yeah.
Kind of thing in that little.
Yeah. So getting that little groove, and those are your good
those
keywords.
Are your good ones. Okay.
Yeah. Because otherwise you get lost in it all.
That makes sense.
Do Instagram or Facebook posts show up in Google searches? Some public posts and profiles do, but it's limited. Your website should still be your SEO hub. So yeah, Google updates on your Google updates on your Google business page, and that helps. But I would do that. That will get you more than your Facebook. So any of your posts on that.
If I'm doing a reel on a particular breed of dog,
right,
and I'm talking a lot about my pet photography side today because I've just been doing a lot with it lately, so it's fresh in my brain.
Right. And by that, you'll see our little sidekicks in our
there you
picture from tonight.
Go ahead. Yes. So if I'm doing a reel on a pit bull from the shelter that I want to like get out there, if somebody's Googling pit bulls, they're not going to see my social post. But if they're inside the social platform,
they'll see it.
Right.
Yeah.
But so Google's not going to pull up that social post.
Yeah. Because again, Google's like Facebook. They don't want to, they want the money. So you want to post on, and you can post just like you can on the others. You post on your Google business profile. It's free.
It's going to say, so you can take, now I have not posted to this yet. My Google business profile. Can you put up like something like a reel?
Yeah. You can put up video, you can put up photos. Again, make sure they are all labeled with their information.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can totally do that.
Oh man, you guys, I'm getting a slight headache thinking about things I need to go in and rename.
So it's better to like start from scratch than it is almost, because
I've been talking throughout this whole podcast journey that we've been doing that I want to take my main photography and move it over to PhotoBiz, and that would be the perfect time to like
do it all. Yeah,
a cleanse.
Yeah,
get rid of images that are 10 years old.
Yeah, that probably don't have all that stuff on them, and you just don't realize that when Google crawls your site, meaning it goes through it, all those keywords on those images are coming up.
Right.
So, you want to have all that.
Yeah. So guys, to kind of wrap it up, let's give you some more advanced and some bonus tips. And by we, I mean Annette. I'm just here as fun today, guys. Yeah. So our backlinks worth chasing for photographers, and how do you get them? So yes, like you kind of mentioned earlier in the episode, if you have a guest on your blog, if you collaborate with somebody, if you're featured in a local publication, very great ways. Local publication is great.
Right.
I mean, obviously, who wouldn't want to be on CNN or something like that?
Right. Yes.
But
yes.
Think smaller, and smaller is probably better for you. Yeah. Think like your local town online newspaper situation. Like maybe you could be the photographer that did something. I don't know. I'm trying to spitfire right here.
I mean, like you've had people like work with boutiques or whatever. Like you scratch my back, I scratch your back. You're getting a backlink. So, so it is worth it for Google, but again, they can't be the fake ones. You got to go out and get
legit people.
Somebody that, that has a decent following as well. I mean, you can't just go out and get somebody that just started. Like nobody's going to see that. So,
right.
So what are SEO mistakes photographers make without realizing it? Not naming the images.
I fall in this category, guys.
And ignoring the metadata descriptions and using duplicate content. So you don't want to do, like I was saying, with the titles and stuff like that. So you just want to make sure you're not duplicating too much.
So if I have a question then. So I have, let's say, 2 Australian Shepherds pictured on my website. So here's how the image is named, or in the alt text. Wentzville, pet photographer, Australian Shepherd. And then if it was at a park, I might say the name of the park, or if it was in my studio, but it was on like a red background, maybe I'll say like red or something like that. Okay. So I'll do that. But then I do another version of that picture. I do that same, I have been copying and pasting that same one and putting like a 2 behind it.
Right. So that's fine.
Okay.
I think it's more like copying your headings and your titles. And
gotcha. So if you have a title on one part of your website, you don't want to reuse that title on another part.
On that same page. If you crawl your site, those errors will pop up and it'll say, hey, you got a duplicate heading here. Okay. So you just don't want to do it.
I need to crawl my page because I felt like I did good. And then you're talking today, I'm like, I don't know. I think I did okay. I think I got a C-.
You're good. And the best way to like see where you fall is to do a search incognito. Did I say that right?
In incognito mode.
Right.
Because
you'll see where you fall.
And most people know this. Like if you Google yourself on your phone, for instance, like Google already knows like, hey, this is your business.
Right. So and you're here.
If I Google my name.
And you've been on the site. You've searched it.
So if you go into an incognito browser, it wipes all that clean. So like you're just like a random person.
Right. And you'll see where you
and then
lie.
you get more of the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. Then you realize how much you really have to work on it.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what's one thing that photographers can do today to improve their SEO? Well, update one blog post. Start small. Don't overwhelm yourself. Update one blog post with better keywords, with alternate text, and an internal link to another page within your site.
Yeah. And then make sure all your images are named like we were discussing with metadata and are uploaded to your site. So if you need to do a haul on your site, go for it and just take every image down, put any image you put back up from now on. Just make sure they're labeled with the title and the metadata. Yeah.
And for me with blog posts, I feel like 8-10 years ago, I was doing blog posts once a week. I thought that was a thing. Everybody did blog posts. That was a thing. I have since fallen off the blogging wagon.
Good with about 2 to 4 a month.
And now, yes. Okay. And then I started doing some research when we were talking about this episode, and I found out like, no, because it's the easiest way to update your site.
Right.
Like you can put a couple.
People probably won't go read it, but Google is crawling
Google's reading it.
Google is reading it.
Google's your most important client at the end of the day.
Yeah. People aren't going on your blog.
Right.
Most likely. Google
and ChatGPT can help you with some ideas of if you're like, I have no idea what to blog. Just ask ChatGPT, what are some popular ideas for my area of Wisconsin in the wintertime for photographers?
Yeah.
And they'll give you like 5 or 6 good ideas and then just kind of go from there.
Yeah. And just be cautious when they write it for you. Go back and read through it. And
take out some of those emojis.
Yeah. Emojis are dead giveaways.
Dead giveaways. You
totally
use ChatGPT.
Let me tell you a little side story.
Okay.
So last week was my husband and I's, let's see. I gotta see.
Anniversary.
What year? We're married 22 years and together I don't know. We're married 23 years. That's what it was.
Got
together 26. Okay. So it's our anniversary. And he doesn't always post on Facebook. And kids kind of give him crap about it. So anyways, he goes and decides to post last week, which I was like, oh, shocker, you posted. But I'm like, did you use ChatGPT to write this? Because there's a bunch of hashtags at the end of this.
He did?
Like, he's like, well, it helped me.
I need to go back and find that and read it.
Yes. Yeah. I'm like, you can't put hashtags in a personal post, but whatever. So read your stuff when you have ChatGPT.
That is amazing. Oh, he's not going to live that one down.
He's not
anytime soon.
No. He still denies. He's like, you had it help me, and he didn't even say ChatGPT. He said some other thing he was using, and I was like, obviously, you just put in your key points and it wrote it, and you copy and pasted it because it got the hashtags. So. Whatever.
Oh, Jay.
Great. Love Jay.
Good job, bud. Good job.
Yeah. So if you guys want more in depth, where I really give you a little bit more deeper insight into the SEO, I do have a book and it's on my website.
She does have a book.
Yes, I did. I wrote about it.
Will you backlink to it on our?
Yes, I will. I'll send you a backlink. But it's called SEO for Photographers, the Ultimate Guide to Growing Your Business Online. So, yep, we'll have it in the show notes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, guys, that's a wrap for episode 14. Until next time, we'll see you in a couple weeks. We're kind of, I don't know if you've all noticed, but
it's summertime.
We're kind of doing every 2 weeks. That seems to be working well with both of our lives.
Summer schedule.
Yeah. So cheers to you, Annette.
Yeah, cheers. And that's a wrap for today's episode of Wind Down and Focus. We hope you had as much fun as we did. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode full of photography tips, stories, and of course, some laughs.
Thanks for hanging out with us, and remember, whether you're behind the lens or in front of it, keep having fun and capturing those unforgettable moments.
Catch you next time as we sit, chat, and focus on what makes photography awesome.
Before we go, can you do us a small favor? Go online right now and share this episode with one friend who you think will love it. And while you're at it, we'd love for you to leave us a review. It really helps us reach more photographers like you. Also, don't forget to check out the show notes. We've got a free guide waiting for you when you subscribe. It's called 5 Ways to Get More Photography Clients, and it's packed with actionable tips to help you grow your business. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you next time on Wind Down and Focus.